and there wasn't that many of them, and we were figuring out like social workers are excellent policymakers because they're the ones that they're the individuals that were boots on the ground with the populations that they serve. So they understand what that, what services are appropriate and adequate and whatnot. And oh, this one's better. Okay. So we put together this presentation and invited members of the community to participate with us to discuss how we can motivate other social workers to become more politically active and aware. So after this project, I started to lobby on the Capitol for different policy reform changes that are centered on prison reform, really. And I learned so much from the experience. And I'm so thankful for Carmen and Mission Accomplished, because without them, I don't think I would have ever been able to reach my potential and now be able to serve my students who are incarcerated men, but will be returning to general society once post-release. And now I can link them up with Carmen once they return and continue the good change. So thank you, guys, and please support Mission Accomplished.
I'm an English teacher for the City School District of Albany, and I think we know for schools there's a constant pressure to just do more with less. More reading with less books, more use of technology without the actual equipment, more everything without anything. So when I was first called down to the office to meet Carmen, which by the way as an adult is still very nerve-wracking when the principal calls you into their office, I was thrilled with her proposal. I work at the Alternative Learning Center, so our students come to us for a variety of reasons, and over the years we've been dubbed the land of misfit kids. So to meet someone who, without actually meeting our students, believed in their ability to become young professionals, I mean, there's really nothing better than that, and I was thrilled to bring that opportunity to them. And our students are asking for it too. I mean, I'd be teaching a lesson and a student raised their hand and they never raised their hand, and I'm so excited and I call on them and they say, "Yo, miss, what's this got to do with me? What does this have to do with anything? When are you going to teach me something that will help me?" And I point at my whiteboard with the laminated, color-coded Common Core standards and I say, "Look, that's why we're doing this. But if the skills don't match the content, it doesn't mean anything to them." And that meaning is what brings that light to the tunnel that they feel like they can't see through. So we decided to start implementing the Seeking, Getting, and Keeping a Job program. Now the series as a whole is what matters, because a lot of our students can look for a job, and a lot of them can get a job, but we know adults that can't keep a job. So being able to bring the whole series to our students was huge. So when I look at what happened, for me, everything's reflective. So I could go through the process of the 6 weeks or 12 weeks that she was with us, but it really came down to the networking event. And I had taken before pictures of the students and just their regular attire. I took their after pictures, and I pulled one of my students aside. Her name is Diamond. She's an 18-year-old mother of 2, and she looked at her before and afters, and she says, "Wow, I look like a grown woman." I'm like, "Girl, you have 2 kids. You are a grown woman." But it wasn't her kids that made her feel grown. It was the confidence that made her feel grown. It was the pride that made her feel grown. And I remember, walking into the networking event, and I'm looking at our students, and they're holding on to their portfolios so tightly, and they're so nervous. And when the adults came in, professionals come in, they forgot everything. But when I mean they forgot everything, I don't mean the skills. I don't mean what they learned. I mean that for the first time, they forgot what they felt was their shortcomings. They forgot what their weaknesses were. And they turned into, it was a totally different side. They walk up, they were students, they couldn't even look themselves in the eyes when they were looking in the mirror, and they were walking up to adults and shaking their hands and saying, "This is who I am, and this is who I'm going to be. How can you help me?" And that is a beautiful thing. So when I look at what's next, everyone's here. This is the next step, being able to support. And all I can ask for is if you came in today, or if you're that type of person, you don't even catch yourself doing it, which by the way, I know I talk very quickly, so if after you need to ask me something, please do. I'm not nervous, this is just tonight. But if you came in today saying these kids, those kids, I hope you walk out today saying our kids. Because there's a huge difference and there's a big disconnect. Because whether our students are in the schools, in our neighborhoods, in our jails, in the drug court, or in the system as a whole, they are our kids. And I read once that it is not our job to save a child's soul. It's our job to create an opportunity for the child to save his or her own soul. Carmen's created the opportunity, and our job is to invest in that opportunity and invest in our kids. So thank you for listening, and thank you for your support.